The property market right now in the UK is absolutely booming. It's blowing up. RightMove has recently said that house prices are going up faster now than they have historically over the last 5 years. There's parts of the country, parts of Merseyside and in Liverpool that have gone up in the last 12 months by 15%. That is crazy. There's parts of the south around, outskirts of London that have gone up dramatically. Rents are going crazy. So what is the opportunity for you? My advice would be, even though property market is booming and house prices are going up like crazy, never buy a house and rely on capital appreciation. Never buy a house and just think, oh, because it's boomed the last 12 months, it's gonna continue to do that. Because it might not. So when you're buying a property, always make sure that you're buying for cash flow rather than capital appreciation. I had a friend that bought a property recently, a few months back, for £24,500 in Bishop Auckland. She spent a couple thousand on it. It's boomed. It's now worth £50,000. It's doubled in a few months. Now, she did buy it below market value. I went out, I looked at the property. I was like, can I see the title deeds and the mortgage lender's new valuation on this? Because it just seems unrealistic. It's going crazy. Another thing as well is, if you're looking to buy properties in the areas that maybe haven't quite boomed just yet. Some of the areas that are just catching on now, that are just trending now. Many people have been really surprised by the housing market in the UK booming despite going through a recession, the pandemic, the lockdown. So why has that happened? And I think there's a few reasons as to why it's happened. The first reason is because they've been actively encouraging people to invest in property with things like the stamp duty holidays, and they've also been actively encouraging home buyers as well as investors. I think the second reason is interest rates are still very low. And the banks are lending money actively to investors, to first-time buyers. You can fix interest rates for 5 years, sometimes even up to 10 years. They've kept the base rate at 0.1%, which is crazy, the lowest it's been for hundreds of years. And I think the third reason is because a lot of people are moving house. And when people are moving house, when house sales are happening, it usually pushes the prices up. And the reason people are moving house is because they're relocating back to home, they're maybe now working from home instead of an office. And what's going to happen in the future? Well, some of those things are going to stop. The stamp duty holiday at some point is going to stop, but some of those things are going to continue. Like, I think that people are going to continue relocating for potentially the next year or so, because a lot of businesses are now telling their staff that they can now work from home on a permanent basis, which is meaning people are moving home, people are upsizing, downsizing, people are moving outside of London into the country. So there's a lot of movement happening in the market, which is going to keep the prices up. And also interest rates. I think interest rates are going to creep up, but I think they're going to stay low for quite a long time on the basis that the banks are letting you fix them for quite a long time. If they're about to hike them massively in the coming months, they wouldn't let you fix them for 5, 10 years. So what am I doing right now in the market, and what would I suggest that you potentially do? Well, what I would say is, as you've probably heard before, don't wait to buy property. Buy property and wait. As long as you're buying properties that cash flow positive and you're not relying on capital appreciation, because no one knows exactly what's going to happen, I think that now is a very, very good time to buy, as long as you buy strategically and you buy the right properties in the right area. Now, the reason I think it's a good time to buy now is because they are printing more and more money. We've now printed £895 billion. Now, what are the banks doing with the money? They're lending it out to people to invest and to buy. But as they're printing more money, things are shooting up. You may notice that a lot of things are going up in price a lot. Things are going up. That might be food, petrol, cars, everything's going up in price. And the reason that things are going up is because money is becoming worth less. So if you've got, say, £10,000 to buy a car, if that £10,000, if they suddenly print a lot more money, you can get less for your money, which means that the car goes up. So as people are saving money, it is rapidly reducing in value and becoming worth less and less over time. That's what I would advise. If you have money in the bank, get it out. Put it into an asset that's going to potentially go up in value. It's going to definitely hold its value, but it's also going to produce cash flow. There's properties at the moment in the UK where you can buy them cheaper than you can build them. It's unlikely that they're going to crash, even when the crash does happen. And people say, what do you mean the crash is going to happen? And get all scared and worried. But it's completely normal for properties to go up and then go down and then go up and then go down. But if you buy, and if you buy right, you're going to have an asset that's going to hold its value over the long term and produce you cash flow. So those are my thoughts about the property market right now in 2021. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoy my content, please do me a big favor and hit the like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.